special day. I hope you've got your coffee, you're ready to enjoy yourselves. You can already tell by the seating that things are going to be a little different because we are also starting with the recognition program. And we want to thank all of our Master Gardeners for their dedication to our mission. In keeping with our promise to streamline our meetings and tailor the content to better meet your wishes, today's award presentation will be shorter than usual. We will not be taking any photos. Meredith is not able to be here today. She was going to take photos during the break. Do I have anybody here who's on the photography committee that's willing to take group shots during the break? Anybody? Okay, we'll just do it another time. So we're going to get started. Two of our board members who have stepped down but not out. Gail and Mike, will you please join me up here?
Can I bring my cake?
As long as you don't drop it. Okay. What can I say about our fifth vice president, past fifth vice president of financial development, Mike Harrelson? Incredible thinker, organizer. He'll catch a glitch, problem, or issue before it really becomes one. He helped the board through the very challenging process of becoming a UC support group, and finally his swan song in championing the development of a coloring book project, which is in the bag, by the way, when the idea was pitched to him last year of his term. Thank you, Mike, for everything you do. Who is stepping down from her most recent position as secretary, has a passion for Master Gardener Association that is hard to match. She is and has been dedicated to the job of Master Gardener sales, has a memory like an elephant, and keeps details of the board's meeting discussions as well as bylaws in her head. I especially appreciate that she has been my go-to gal for so many details while I've been president. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Kathy, you're up here.
Thank you. Okay, it's my pleasure to recognize Leneva Belize, Mary Manster, and Karen Frank. She should be walking from the East Coast as we speak, right? Boston, I think it is. Okay, can you ladies come up? Mary and Leneva. Oh, she's not. Oh, okay, well, come up, Mary. You're a loner today. Well, we'll start with Mary first then. Okay. Well, Mary's flamenco dancing experience has come in handy for her these past few years because it's helped her moving from one classroom, sales booth, parking lot, or the demonstration area to another, and with all the great finesse too at that. Anyway, we'd like to thank her also for her work to make the 2016 Spring Seminar one of our best. So thank you, Mary. Even though Leneva isn't here, she served as our grants chair from 2015 until this year. And she's such a go-getter with her team that their committee awarded over almost $11,000 these past few years to various MG programs and projects. So we sure appreciate her leadership. And then lastly, Karen Frank. We sadly miss her. Hopefully she's getting involved in the Master Gardener program over there on the East Coast. She did an outstanding job as our co-chair for the fall plant sale last year. And I think she especially enjoyed taking the night off when the new treasurer was left to count our money. We have mailed her a token of our appreciation. I'd like to thank all these wonderful women for a great job.
Okay, Dorothy Noddard, come on up. John Lewis, is Diane over here today? Diane, come on.
John, I think you're getting a reputation as one of the MGs who can't say no, right? Not even, he wasn't even out of training, and he gets tapped to be co-chair of the Speakers Bureau, which is what he has stepped down from this year. We appreciate all that he did with that, and now he's on to being the chairman of the Grants Committee. And then Diane and Dorothy, what an amazing team and run you've had developing the educational tools for all of us to share our MG knowledge. You've been doing it so long that none of us even know when you started. I couldn't remember either. You set the bar very high and we won't let you down. Thank you for everything. Okay, I think we're turning this back to Kate. Okay, so Kate.
Hey, wait.
Kate.
What are you guys doing? Marty, Daisy. This is our veteran local newscaster, Marty Levine.
Oh!
I thought you retired. What are you doing here?
I did retire. I'm friends with your father. We have to interrupt because we've got breaking news, and we want to interrupt this award ceremony with that news. It's breaking news this morning. We're learning of some very mysterious activities in a Claremont neighborhood and a North County school campus. We have crews on the way, and we'll keep you updated as soon as we get more information. I'm Marty Levine, and you're watching San Diego's gardening news leader. MG17. It is the only news I'm still willing to do. We're going to cut right now to the few details we've learned about our breaking stories. Our reporters in the field spoke with the... I'm going to have to take the mic down and hand it to the person here, so stay with us in the reality section of this. Our reporters in the field spoke with a neighborhood watch captain in Claremont, and here's what she had to say.
She seems like a really nice woman. I'd never be accusing her of anything, but you can't be too careful. She seems always to be planting things. Maybe that's not why she's digging those holes? The neighbors are concerned that there are often cars that don't belong in the neighborhood. Some are very nice cars. Another thing is that there's a lot of noise coming from her house when those cars are there. Power tools such as bandsaws, drills, and sanders. They're running for hours. The storage sheds are full of containers. Some contain personal belongings. No one seems to know where they come from. As part of our duties as neighborhood watch captains, my husband and I have been keeping an eye on her, and we peered into those sheds one night. It was horrifying. Something red was on the sidewalk. I'm not saying it was blood. And we've seen wooden containers of all sizes, but the shape is usually somewhat rectangular. Her husband seems like a very nice man. Now that I think of it, we haven't seen him in a while.
We'll have more on, pardon me, this part of our story as it unfolds, but first, another mystery from the North County. As previously reported, we have a crew on the way, but here's what we know about a possible break-in at a North County Elementary School campus. Outdoor cameras detected this woman involved in unusual activity on our school grounds. There may or may not be additional suspects. Surveillance cameras at several local schools have also picked up the image of what appears to be the same light-haired woman popping up through libraries, lounges, and supply rooms on multiple campuses over the last few days. The school maintenance and security staff report the suspect is often seen carrying large boxes and bags that appear to be filled with plants and seeds. No matter where she's spotted, she never appears empty-handed. She always seems to be carrying contraband of some sort, prompting one school employee to ask, "Who brings dirt to school?" It's unclear whether there is any connection between these two events, but we'll be back with more information in a moment. But first, you've all noticed, the weather is a little strange, and here is our meteorologist, Daisy Frost.
Thank you, Marty. It's sunny again and 70 degrees. Back to you, Marty.
Don't you want to give us some specifics about the weather?
Oh, sure. Thank you, Marty.
Thank you.
I've been hearing a lot about rising temperatures, but these must be new records. Here are some temperatures from across the county. And in national weather, or if you're traveling to any of these locations, don't forget your sunscreen. And you probably don't need too many layers. Actually, you don't need anything but sunscreen. Back to you, Marty.
Oh, thank you so much, Daisy. In business news, the University of California Cooperative Extension and the Del Mar Fair Bureau have reached a compromise on their highly contested campaign to replace Don Diego. Don Diego, the smiling caballero, was the most recognized symbol of the county fair for 4 decades. He dressed in a sombrero, embroidered tunic and trousers, boots, and toted his signature guitar. After his death, the fair board decided not to retire the beloved character, who they felt had been uniquely qualified for this specific role. The search for his replacement, however, went on for years without resolution. Organizers finally said, enough is enough. Who better than veteran master gardener Carol Graham? To become the fair's new mascot. And as all you viewers know, Carol devotes countless hours to the mission of providing both practical and evidence-based knowledge to home gardeners. Wearing her signature MG t-shirt and gardening hat, Carol works tirelessly as the Master Gardener representative at the Del Mar Fair's Ask a Master Gardener booth each year. Our cameras followed Carol just for one day. We would have done more, but it was too hard to keep up with her. In addition to working the Ask a Master Gardener booth, she can be found enjoying all that the fair has to offer. Some think she is all work and no play, but as you can see, she'll join in the play whenever she can. It's true that Don Diego looked great, but next year's statue will lead the UCCE and Fair Bureau in a new direction. Carol is the real deal. Now, the day's sports wrap up. Our newest MGTV 17 team member, for those of you who play badminton, you'll know her, Poppy Shuttlecock. Welcome, Poppy.
Thank you, Marty.
Oh, don't you know the Chargers moved to LA and are 0-3?
Thank you, Marty. In anticipation of the upcoming Paris Olympics, the Olympic Training Center released names of the new 2,000 and 1,000-hour shot put teams today. They will be competing against one another and other Master Gardener organizations. This team of hotshot potters has contributed more than 17,000 hours to their craft. We have some scores for you, Marty.
Do you have any, I don't even need the mic. Do you have any idea what sports these people actually play?
Sports? Oh, yes. These particular folks are quite high in speed weeding.
Speed weeding?
Yes, that's where you weed quickly. Here are our winners in mulch flinging. hear that Liz Schmidt and Rob Oswald flung right through 2 categories. Compost spreading. Does that mean what I think it does?
Say good morning, Poppy.
Good morning, Poppy.
In our ongoing series, A Gardening Life, we feature the following exceptional gardener, Charlotte Getz. In 1994, Charlotte joined the local Master Gardener's ranks as a transfer from Santa Cruz, where she escaped the banana slug infestation. That's also where she began her successful career as a landscape and garden designer. After a series of unfortunate gardening mishaps, Cheryl built her resume from experience, developing a successful program for incarcerated women in Santa Cruz. After her release and a free ride in the San Diego Sheriff's Department luxury RV, she served as an advisor and a mentor for the Growing Opportunities program. Charlotte has been generous with her time and knowledge, sharing lesson plans, teaching materials, and practical strategies for addressing the challenges of teaching behind bars. If there's ever a need for a school garden advisor, you'll find Charlotte. Her interests and her experiences enrich the Plant Grow Eat program at the Del Mar Fair to include grants to local elementary school students and allowing children to participate in the annual radish judging contest. Although she put significant effort into one of her other passions when she developed the GMO or No contest, judges were less impressed with the health benefits of it. As much as her time and talents reach the general public, she enriches the Master Gardeners at a local and statewide level. For all of her contributions, some feel Charlotte has gone a little too far in bringing plants and people together. Lastly, Master Gardener 17 would like to recognize 4 of our longtime team members, Dorothy Notter, Kate Bauer, Paul Knowles, and Rita Purwich. Over the course of their careers, they produced, directed, and reported or starred in countless successful programs. Dorothy is to gardening what Julia Roberts is to movies. In her 25 years, she's most proud of her roles in Nottering Hill, Some Like It Notter, clearly a timeless classic, and Dorothy of Ah. All 3 were award-winning efforts. Kate Bauer, Paul Knowles, and Rita Purwich are celebrating 15 years with the station. In addition to her gardening, Kate, as you know, is responsible for finding volunteer ushers for nearly every theater in town. You will probably remember her own starring roles in Dial M for Master Gardener, The Bowery Girls, and her recent PBS special, Bauer Rhymes with Flower. Paul's comedic timing made him a shoo-in to play the lead in several of our favorites, including How to Succeed as a Gardener Without Really Trying, Rectify Schmurtify, and of course, All the President's Plants. In addition to being a prolific writer for local newspapers and magazines, Rita has a starring role, in MG-17. Her programs included I Never Promised You a Bare Root Rose Garden, Coronado, Fact or Fiction, and her hit series, Pruning the Family Tree. And we wish them all well. We're just learning that the suspect in our Claremont neighborhood is Marcia Van Looy, a master gardener who runs a birdhouse building workshop out of her home. The coffin-shaped birdhouse was one master gardener's idea of a joke. The station is sorry for any concern this may have caused to both the local neighborhood and the surrounding community, though there's still no sign of Marcia's husband, Alan. Officials in the school district who just viewed the surveillance video say the suspect is none other than Lita Bender, Master Gardener Extraordinaire, who has provided in-service instruction to staff and to children throughout multiple school districts in the county. Suspect is still on the lam, but we're told the Colorado State Police are on their way to her winter hideaway to confirm her dedication to sharing her love of gardening with children of all ages.
Wait a minute. Are you saying this has all been fake news?
Yes. The only suspicious thing about all of these stories seems to be how in the world all of these people find all of the time to devote to the Master Gardener Association. We thank them, and we thank all of you for watching our little news program.
Bob, you're up. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Marty. Don't go away yet.
Stand up. Hey. I see you. Stand up. We need to clap for you.
No.
Well, we also want to thank Marty and Daisy for their wonderful presentation today. I know you received other awards for your professional life elsewhere, but today will be the epitome and pinnacle of the kinds of things that you're awarded. I'm pleased to give to you the Master Gardener water bottle. Thank you very much. It's very nice. So I'll now be followed by Sonia. Sonia, excuse me.
I like this thing up there. Not if it wasn't Yes, yes, that way I don't. Okay, so we're quickly going to hand out these well-deserved tokens of recognition. Please come to the front of the room when I call your name and remain for just a moment so that we can recognize you in your groups. So Dorothy, you sure are our big winner today. Come on up. Please accept this 25-year pension. And your new name badge and our thanks. Dorothy to move in front of the stage where she will be joined by the next 5 honorees. Kate Bauer, if you're here, I know Paul's here, Marcia Van Looy, come on up. Carol Graham, come on up. And Charlotte Getz, come on up. Kate, Paul, and Rita, what a lot we learned about you today. Please accept these 15-year pins, your new badges, and our thanks. Marcia, what a wonderful accomplishment. And where is Alan? Congratulations. You hit a garden stone. Oh. Lita is isn't here today, a little birthday celebration with her husband up in the mountains, but we will be sure to thank her and get her garden stone to her. Carol, who knew? I love the one of you in the roller coaster. I like that outfit you had on her.
I actually did ride horses in my youth.
All right. Anyway, you are so appreciated. You get a new badge as well. And Charlotte, we all have so much to learn from you. Okay. Oh, there she comes. There she is. Good. Charlotte's coming up, Scott. You're getting your exercise today. Thank you all so much for everything you do and for being such good sports. And thank you, Kira. Kira, are you here? Kira Olson. Kira is the artist who made these beautiful handmade and personalized cards that they're each getting. Thank you. Yes, yeah, if you'd like to. Yeah, don't drop it on your foot, but do whatever you can. Yeah. We've got more for some of you ladies. All right.
Well, as you know, we have some pretty hot numbers, and here are some people representing those very hot numbers. As I call your name, please come forward. Sue Marchetti, Judy Crowell.
Come on up.
Come on up. Gail Sims. Come on. Cindy Sparks. Meredith French. Joe Bolt. There you go. Come on, Joe. Yay. Joe's making labels in the back. Yeah. Okay. Robin Reve. Nancy Held. Bob Bradshaw. Lisa Rini. Sonia Prestridge. Ellen Kohlmeyer. Sue Olin. Pat Asakawa. So, let's thank these people for the number of hours they put into the program. Thank you to all.
If you've got it, you're out.
Your moment in the sun is over with.
Okay, next. Thank goodness these next honorees know about heavy lifting. Please come up when I call your names. Scott, you and Bob are going to help with the heavy lifting here. For 2,000 volunteer hours, Mo Price, please come on up. Jordan Notter, come on up. And Dawn Stampy, come on up. 1,000 volunteer hours, Byron Asakawa, Garden Stone, Heidi Venke, Garden Stone, Susan Beer, Garden Stone, Joni Gabriel, Garden Stone, Mike Harrelson, Garden Stone, Linda Cuddebeck, a gift card from Walter Anderson, Mary Manister, Amazon gift card, Kathy Perez, Garden Stone, Linda Stewart, where is that gal? I saw her, that's good. Garden Stone, Susie Todd, Garden Stone, and is Liz Youngflesh here? Okay, we'll get it to her. All right, let's have a round of applause for our hot shot. And lastly, the gang that can fill a bracket unlike any others. So this is a long list, just come on up. Kate Engler, Frances Spath, Kathleen Clausen, Jana Crispell, Bob Fry, Debbie Hall, Debbie Handel, Tammy Hermes, Heather Holland, Valerie Houlihan, Lois Keneally, John Lewis, Kira Olson. There should be some people up here. Why are you waiting? Come on up. This is not, they're gonna give you your goodies here. Rob Oswald. Hey, Rob, come on up. Lynn Payne, Elizabeth Schmidt, who is working this morning, and Judy, you'll probably get to take hers with you for her. Hold on. Lynn Schultz, Dee Dee Swanson, Janet Voynov, Greg Alder, Leneva Belize, BJ Boland, Karen Burston, Julie Carnes, Kathy Hatterland. I thought I saw her this morning. Amy Hall, come on up. Jill Landry, Francie Murphy, Sheila Paget, Sheila Parak, Carrie Seaman, Judith Walensky. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Are you still waiting? You're still waiting? You're still waiting? They're running. We need to roller skate. No, cross station. There you go. I know we have it. There we go. Hey, Frankie, they're all moving over. That's good. That's smart. Do that. All right. I'm giving you a moment to catch your breath and me to catch my breath. At our 2016 Master Gardener Recognition event, we added something extra special from our UC statewide office in the form of Hours Recognition Pins. Thank you. That was great. The pewter bee, the spade, the watering can, and pruner pins will be joined by special UC Master Gardener statewide badges for members who have achieved a 1,000 hour, 2,500 hour, and 5,000 hour level of volunteer service. These special gold and platinum badges are being given as a gift to you from our County Director, Jim Becky. So all of you who have achieved 1,000 hours, 2,500 hours, and 5,000 hour level of volunteer service, when we get the break, when I call the break, would you come up to Scott and to Dale, and they will give you either your platinum or your gold badge. On behalf of the university, Jim would like to once again express his gratitude for the many hours you have graciously given to our program and the citizens of San Diego County. And for our last group, who hit UC's 100-hour milestone, please pick up your honeybee pewter pin on the back table. Everything is arranged in alphabetical order for you. Yay! That's the last!
Marcia, I'm up there. It's your fault.
I just want to, I know that a lot of you spontaneously gave a round of applause for Kate Engler. I also want to do a little more formal one. Kate really went all the way out to give even the board. We did not know about Marty and Daisy until we got here. We are so thrilled. I would like it would be for her father. Mo, would you help? Yes. Kate's father, who has been witnessing her talk to the computer, cuss the computer, get all of this morning's program for you, for you. She also had 2 team members that helped her with this all the way, and that was Dale Cheever up here, and Ray Concert, who is on vacation. So make sure that you tell them as well when you see them, but make sure to thank Kate personally during the break. And I see somebody pointing to Mo, but Mo let me know that she was not on this one, so she is not being forgotten.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
All right, thank you all for being good sports. We're now going to take a 20-minute break, and we will have the business meeting